right, that brings us to our very last speaker for the evening. Until about 10 minutes ago, I just had him as TBA, but I do have some information about him. His name is Vlad. He has over 20 years experience in TV channels, developing IPTV. I don't know what that is, but I'm hoping he will tell me. And VOD, I also don't know what that is, so tell me about that as well. And VOD services. He is also an expert in online streaming and CDN infrastructure. He has worked in many startups and is currently consulting top companies from all over the world. I would ask for a very big round of applause once again for Vlad. Thank you.
Right, so I will try to take you back to the first two ones, from Erwin and from Lorenzo, because they've mentioned something that's happening in the world right now. They mentioned ICOs, they mentioned the disruption, basically changing the way things work, changing the way we do things. The whole idea, everything I'm going to talk about, I'll try to do it quickly, but the whole idea is based on the fact that something has happened in 2011 where most of the people are not aware of that they have no idea that this thing has happened. They heard about it like in the news, that there is Bitcoin something, that there's crypto something, whatever, but they're not aware that something has happened in 2011 that is not Bitcoin, that is not trading and mining and whatever terms they do use in the press. It's a decentralization. It's a very new thing to humanity, to technology, to economy, to everything that surrounds us. It's going to take time until we realize how it's going to change the whole world around us in our lives. But I just invite you to think about it, to think how this new idea can bring change in different areas of our world. And this is just one. What I want to say is this is just one. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I have this 20 plus years of experience in streaming. That's what I know how to do. I know how to stream video. I know how to build platforms that stream video online, how to monetize it and get revenues of it and stuff. Because I've been in this so long now. I've been working on TV channels. I've been building platforms. I actually built, don't tell anyone, I've built a few torrent sites also. But it's something that always bothered me, that people who actually create stuff, they don't really get that much. I mean, obviously Hollywood producers and screenwriters and big actors, they receive nice benefits, but the studios gets much more. And those who distribute, and that was the main topic of the Lorenzo's, for example, talk. Those who distribute, they get the lion's share, right? They get everything. Some could say it's fair because they have the audience, they collected this audience, they engage the audience, they take care of the audience. But I don't think it's that fair. It's as fair as it could be. So I'll try to present my case right now. Basically, the idea is that we're not building a service, although it is a service. We're not building a platform or an application, although it is a platform and application. We're trying to build a new economy for the film and for the video. And the idea of this economy is decentralization of the revenues and of all the streaming, of all the streams, not the video streams, but all the monetary streams inside this industry. So what is it exactly? Well, basically it connects the three main components of a film or of any production, which is creators, audiences, and investors, right? The way it does it is a bit different from the way it actually works today. The way things happen today is you have centralized platforms, cinemas, you can imagine also TV channels, right? You can imagine also private screenings and all this kind of stuff, but let's just focus on the internet, on online stuff for a second. It's going to be easier. Again, you can think of Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, all those big guys. They keep most of the revenues, right? Because they've got the audience, because they've got the content. They made the deals on this content, they bought it for some fixed price. Now they need to make revenues. So they keep those revenues to themselves because they already paid for the content. Now they're into a new thing. Netflix and Amazon, Hulu's not there yet, and others are not, but they will follow soon. They're into a new thing. They create stuff themselves. They don't need Hollywood. They don't need studios. I mean, they need them, but they don't go to them for the finished product. They go to them and they order whatever they want to show their viewers. So they become the producers right now, and it's even worse because if they are the producers, they keep even more revenues, right? Because they can pay less to those who create. They can just pay like the salaries or the fixed share. They have no need to share the revenues that they receive with the people who create the stuff. There's no need for that from their point of view. And obviously, the creators find it hard to finance stuff. If I want to shoot a movie, I'm not a movie producer, but if someone wants to shoot a movie and he needs, let's say, $5 million, it's really hard to get it. It's much easy to get $50 million if you know people, if you're a big guy, if you've got something in the past, but $5 million is the toughest, right? If you know, probably many of you should know this, that at the last Sundance, 2016, I think that, or 2017, well, one of the last one that happened, Netflix and Amazon bought 0 movies, right? They bought 0 titles. And the reason they did, I mean, they actually spoke after that. They said that they're not ready to spend less than $50 million on a title. They're not going below that. All this industry has moved up in their eyes, into the very, very expensive movie production. So if you're just starting, where do you go? Unfortunately, nowhere. And they control the distribution. As I already told it. So in my point of view, and the point of view of our team, they are the unnecessary middlemen, because we can do without them. Let me just try and show how. So the 3 things, the 3 pillars that the economy, the new model that we're proposing is based on, is the distribution platform, which you can think like a streaming platform, plus the monthly subscription fee that you pay, like to Netflix or Amazon. You get the content, right? You get it to any place you want. You get it to your TV, to your mobile. You can screen it at the TV theater, anywhere you want. You paid fixed in a month. You got all the library. Crowd investing. That's a new thing. I will need a minute to explain this, but just try to imagine crowdfunding and then throw this image away, because crowdfunding is dead. Unfortunately, it's still going to work in some cases. It's still going to work in case of like Daniel presented, right? That's probably one of the main reasons the crowdfunding was invented. But using it to invest, using it to try and produce stuff, to try and create stuff, is not effective, because the only thing that the crowdfunding can give back the backer is merch, right? Or a thank you or something. That's not the economy. It's not how economy works. And content ownership. That's also a new thing, because content ownership has never been in the blockchain before. And I will explain why it's so important. So the distribution platform, as I said, it's simple. It's streaming, monetization via subscription, monthly fixed subscription, sponsor channel, third-party licensing. There are all different ways to monetize. The most important thing here is not how the monetization happens. It happens the way we used to. I mean, the way we used to see it in the world around us. The most important thing is how the owners get the revenues. And the idea here is that they get the revenues every time someone watches a movie. Right, so if you watch a movie, the owners of that movie are receiving something from you. Right, that's the core of our economy. Now, audiences are also rewarded. They have to do something for it. They don't get anything for free. So they can curate content, they can help promote this content, and there's a mechanism that will allow them to get part of those revenues as well. What is crowd investment? As I said, we're getting back to it. Crowd investment is where creators basically do the same thing they do on Kickstarter or any other crowdfunding platform. But the only difference is that after they pitch the project, after they explain to the viewers what they want to create, how much money they need, and how long it's going to take them, anyone who wants to invest, and it can be anyone, and the amount can be any amount. You can invest $1, you can invest $1 million. I mean, it all depends on what you want to receive, and the only thing you receive is the share of content ownership, and that's where we get to the content ownership. So basically, the only thing you receive for your investment is part of this future, or actually already existing content. And the way it works is whatever you receive, whatever percentage of this ownership you receive is stored in a blockchain, which is transparent, which is absolutely protected. It cannot be tampered with, and the way it is used is obviously to show that you own that part, but also it is used by the algorithm which distributes the revenues, right? So that's where we complete the cycle. We have the algorithm that distributes the revenues. We have the content ownership, which says how much each person owns from this content, and this algorithm just uses this data, right? It just knows that that bill has 10%. So whatever we got from the user or from the sale, from the offline sales, from anywhere, that's going to be 10% of his, right? He's going to receive this 10% for sure, and it's going to happen algorithmically. No one needs to go, and I mean, the bill doesn't have to go and ask for it. It's just going to happen automatically. That's just an overview how everything works. So we have the financial model, we have the video streaming platform, and we have the crowd investing platform. We combine all those three together to create the final platform, the bond platform. And those are the parties that take part in this economy. So it's the creators, as we said, the audiences that get access to premium content, to unique content, the content that is produced from their money, from their choices. So they make the choice what is going to be produced, not some guy in the office who decides where Netflix is going to spend another 100 mil, right? It's the people who are going to be the future audience. They are actually the investors also. Those are the users of the platform. And so I said, well, why do we need blockchain? I hope I made it clear, but I could just run over it again quickly. People started, creators or authors, they present the new project, they started, they release ownership token, which is actual content ownership is represented in tokens, right? So let's say you release 1,000 tokens. So if someone owns 100 of those tokens, he owns 10%. That's as easy as that, right? That's the way the crypto world works, right? If you want to represent percentage, you have to give something in tokens. That's the way it works. And those tokens are actual asset. Because you own them, you can sell them to someone else. And you can negotiate the price. So if you own, let's say 50% of a movie, I don't know, this movie hires a very famous actor, obviously your stake is going to worth more. Even if this movie is not yet produced, your stake is still going to worth more. So this is a possibility for the ownership to become a tradable asset, to become something that people can trade even before the actual thing that the ownership is for is actually created. So this is very unique. It might take some time to process this, but I hope we're all smart here. So yeah, this is our team. This is the team of founders, obviously, not the whole team. But we're still a small company. We're less than 15 people. We're trying to do what I just told you. We're trying to do the best thing as we see it. Just to finish, a quick thing, if you want to stick with me for a second for some quick math. Just imagine a video clip that has 10,000 views somewhere in the internet. In today's world, it is nothing, right? There's no platform in the world that you will be able to monetize those 10,000 views. We can try and calculate roughly how much this video is going to make a month. Really, I mean, it's really easy. The monthly subscription, the basic monthly subscription, they have different levels, but basic monthly subscription that gets you access to all content and everything is $7. That's like less than Netflix, less than Amazon, but still something that the platform can live off and the creators can live off. So $7, 10,000 views. Now, on average, by statistics, people watch less than 70 different creators each month, right? So it's like if you have a YouTube channel, you would have less than 70 subscriptions that you would watch every month, right? So in this sense, it would mean that from every user, from each view that this video got, from those 10,000 views, you would receive at least 10 cents from each user, right? From each view. So now it's easy. It's 10,000 views, it's 10 cents per view, it's $1,000 at least. There's no such thing in the world. I mean, if you could try to imagine what will happen when professional filmmakers will start producing high quality content, where we see millions of views, right? The animations, or documentaries, or TV shows, or films, or short films, long films, anything that can receive that can have an audience in the world of, let's say, 100,000 people. A person can live off that. A creator can simply live off that and support his family and support himself by just producing one thing a month that's going to get, let's say, 10,000 views, right? He's going to get $10,000 at least, probably more. That is something that does not exist in the world, and the other reason is, as I said, because we're all centralized, and our goal is to actually, at least in this small part of the world, to bring this decentralization idea, the huge idea that has not yet disrupted the world, but it will. So, thank you.
We still have time for questions. Maybe one, maybe two if I'm feeling super generous. One, let's start with that.
If I was to produce a film, like I'm a poet, so if I was to produce a film and post it through your channel, then essentially I would be making money off the views. Am I
Exactly.
correct?
Every time a subscribed user, obviously, because it's not a YouTube, it's not a free platform, it's a platform for premium content. The subscription is not free, right? It's fixed monthly payment, as I said. Like the basic one is $7. So if you have followers, if you have fans, if you have community around you, and if you don't, you will have to build it. That's one of the things we will be able to help you, but you will have to build a community. You will have to build people who are ready to support you by paying this fixed monthly and then watching your video. As soon as they start watching, you start making money.
Okay, so I essentially need to be an established person to make money off.
You need to have someone that likes what you do. Yeah.
Okay.
You cannot just do it for yourself and expect people to pay. Yeah. You need people to like what you do. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Actually, want to know what you will consider a view, because let's say you try to look for like 10 movies around certain topic, you found 10, 9 of them are shitty, and 1 is the good one. So you watched 1 minute of each of those 9 movies, and then like the whole movie, the last one. So each of them, with your calculation, will get the same amount of money.
As every ICO, as every startup, it's a custom thing to create a white paper, right? So in white paper, you describe the economy, you describe the market, you describe the solution, the technical details of it, and blah blah blah. So one thing that we really took a lot of time to work on is exactly what you're saying, is to determine what is actually a view and how do you calculate how much the view is worth. We do have a formula there. We do have a very detailed, like I think it's 15 pages of math and stuff, the explanation of how we calculate it. But to make it short, it's basically we take into account the duration of the clip that the person watched. So the longer the clip, the more money it's gonna receive, because it's harder to create longer content than shorter content. And the second thing that we take into account is the depth of view, how long the user has watched, right? So those two, they go together. There are some constants and parameters there, but basically those two determine the popularity of the content. So definitely, yeah, of course we take this into account.
No one here will argue that things need to be fixed with distribution, especially. But whenever I come across the combination blockchain and media, it hardly ever is a very precise problem that is being addressed with a possible solution. It always is like, we fix entertainment, or like something very, very broad. And I wonder why that is the case.
Are you talking about my presentation or other presentations that you heard?
In this particular case, yours, but it matches others that we have seen. Why is it so broad? Why is it so big? Like distribution and financing and participation and community and revenues and sharing and ownership. It's like it's a very big cake.
I would say that we didn't try to create a service. We didn't try to create an application that would allow a specific, like let's say, animators to make contact with their community, and their community will reward them with something, right? The idea was to think of a new way to build a new economy, right? Think of a new way to distribute the revenues around. Unfortunately, that's the only thing that catches on the blockchain, because blockchain is not the blockchain, but the idea of decentralization. It is so big in itself that if you try to solve small things with this huge idea, you will simply not succeed. The idea is so big that, let's say you would go to someone and say, "Why are you interested in quantum mechanics?" I mean, it's really complicated thing. I mean, why did you just use Newton formulas? Really, I mean, it's simple. It's very useful. You can build an airplane with it. But in the blockchain world, with things like decentralized stuff, you cannot build a simple thing. Like Bitcoin is also very complicated, right? If you try to understand how the blockchain for the Bitcoin works and how all the crypto algorithms work, it's very complicated because you have to build something for the trustless environment. You're putting yourself in a trustless environment. You remove the middleman that you trust, and then you need to leave a lot of actors in this game, right? And they need to interact with each other somehow, but there's no mediator, right? There's no one in the middle to say, okay, this is your place, this is your place, yours is 50%, yours is 30%, right? It all has to happen automatically somehow. People have to figure out, and you have to give them tools that are, that will protect them and that will be transparent at the same time. So I don't know if I'm making a lot of sense, but I'm just trying to say that if you're going into this world of blockchain and ideas, you cannot think small, fortunately, or fortunately.
Thank you very much. And that is it for our speakers. A very big round of applause for Vlad.